Hey everyone, Dave here. Welcome to a new Raid Shadow Legends video. In this video, we're going to talk about Spider. We'll talk about normal Spider dungeon, not the hard mode, and we'll explain the different stages that you will farm in Spider, what you'll get there, what you're looking for. It's pretty straightforward for Spider, the boss mechanics, and all of this. So if you started playing a couple of weeks ago, you definitely can get some benefit out of this video. If you're mid-game, you might get a few tips here or there. If you're in-game, then probably if you watch the video, put your comments, put different thoughts or ideas that I won't mention here. So, first part, let's talk about the generic things about the Spider normal mode here, which phases you want to farm, what you'll get from there and such. So, if you're farming Spider, probably with your starter champs at level 60 and all of that, the first stage that you'll be farming stage 7-ish. Why I'm saying that 7-ish, not 7, because stage 7 is force. Probably you're better off farming stage 8, which is spirit, so it will be weak affinity against your starter nukers. So we're talking about your Aethel, your Kale, and all of these. Your support champs, if we talk like about Apothecary. So stage 8 might be better for you, and affinity makes a lot of difference for Spider. Probably till phase 10, stage 10, which is not a bad stage to farm. You'll get a lot of 5-star accessories, and you start getting banners also from stage 8. So stage 10 might be a good stage where you stay on for a long time till you're stronger. What are the mechanics of the Spider and how this boss works? Let me remove my team here. And which team? Okay. Let me try to form sort of a budget team to show you some stuff there. So let me use Deacon. Even if these champs got higher stats than you, I'm just showing you the basic mechanics of what's happening there. No, let's not use Cold Heart yet. Let me use my 2 Armigers and let's say I want an AoE nuker, okay? And let's say that we'll need a healer and reviver there. So let's do this. We'll talk about the mechanics and what's happening. So let's put it on manual. So first things, you start the round. You have those spiderlings with their turn meter. Every time one of your champs takes a turn, the big spider will drop another 2 small ones there, while the turn meter of the main spider is also filling here. Okay? What you want to do? 2 things are very important for the Spider. When these spiderlings attack your weakest champ, which is usually your attacker if you're using a Cold Heart or an AoE nuker, they will put poisons, first of all, depending on what level it is, because the levels increase in difficulty. The main spider and the spiderlings start hitting harder. And the small spiders put poisons on your champs that they are attacking. With the number of spiderlings out there, if you don't have a very solid cleanser like Doom Priest or Reliquary Tender or whatever, this champ will definitely die out of poisons because of the number of poisons that they will put on him. So you want a mechanism to mitigate the damage coming from the small spiders or prevent it, and then just cleanse those poisons. So that's number 1. Number 2, the main spider, it got, is it this one? No, probably. Yeah. So it's this passive. So every 2 turns, if I remember correctly, the spider, the main spider he eats all of the small spiderlings and heals himself. Heals himself almost to full health, depending on the number of spiderlings that he got to eat when the time comes. So it's very difficult to kill the spider because he will keep dropping small spiders and eating them and healing, and he will keep hitting your team till everybody dies. So controlling the turn meter is not optional. If you don't have proper turn meter champs to beat the spiders, the spider dungeon, you won't be able to climb higher up there. So your turn meter champs, luckily if you're unlucky and didn't get a cold heart or a lore or all of those great turn meter champs, you have armigers. You can get them from the market, from green charts, book them. I've built 2 armigers. And of course, Deacon is a little bit extra here. You see, I decrease the turn meter of the spider, and I'm putting decrease down on the spiderlings here, my reliquary tender. So, thing is, there are basically 2 mechanisms of dealing with the spider. The first one that we're seeing now, you see, so this one, depending on affinity, oh, we are on magic, so uh, my spirit armigers are weak hitting and they are not decreasing the turn meter enough. So probably we'll see real time what would happen here. Deacon though is weak affinity, but his accuracy is probably higher. Okay, let's see if they landed this time. So you see here, Armiger A1. So you got 2 things here. Armiger A1 will decrease the turn meter. That's why he's perfect for the spider. A2, max enemy HP, takes a good chunk of the spider health here. And then because Deacon is so OP in spiderlings and other way, you see here, because I keep decreasing the turn meter, I didn't get hit not even once from the spiderlings, which is exactly what you want. If they start hitting, champs will die. I want to show you what will happen here. So you see here, let's hope that, yep, I got the decreased turn meter in spite of weak affinity. Didn't get it this time, but the turn meter was low anyway. So you see here when they started attacking, they started trying to put poisons here, but this armiger is built for higher stuff. So first mechanism, I'm trying to nuke all the spiderlings to decrease the healings that the main spider is getting and to decrease the amount of poison that they will do on me when they attack. So that's the first. You see here, turn meter is higher. You can do this. Of course, eventually you need an O2 team because the thing is, some of those missions require you to beat the spiders on O2. But also for farming, you won't keep farming it forever. We're taking too much time because we're doing it on manual while I'm talking. But while in reality, if this stage 10, I'll show you an auto run. So this is sort of a budget team with starter. Yeah, that's 10. So let's do this. Let me just start it again on auto to see how much time it would take, because this is one of the other factors. You choose the affinity because the affinity will determine who the spiderlings are attacking. So if you don't plan for the spiders to attack your team at all, if you're planning on nuking the spiderlings and nuking the main spider, controlling the turn meter with armigers, you don't care that much, rather other than that the affinity needs to be good, so your armigers won't weak hit. Cold Heart won't weak hit because she's void, but I'm trying a budget team here. Your nuker will be able to do enough damage. Your deacon will control the turn meter and all of that good stuff. So affinity is number 1 here in that main mechanism. Let me show you a different team later, like after this run finished, and back to my point. Of course, yeah. By now you know I don't usually get back to my point fast enough. You need to be farming this in less than 2 minutes. 2 minutes is my like sweet spot. Anything longer than this, preferably much lower than this. Anything longer than this, it's not suitable for farming. Drop a few levels till you get to that level that you can farm in under 2 minutes, and that's how you'll do it. So this is the nuke and control turn meter strategy. The second strategy, hopefully I'll show it to you as soon as this. You see here that good big chunk because of the enemy max HP. And Armiger is one of the great champs to put in Relentless. You see this one is in Relentless. He took a few turns and helped me finish this fast enough. So this is sort of not that bad. Okay. Let's move to, let's say, stage 16. Why I chose 16? 16 is spirit affinity. So it's weak against, sorry, it's strong against force. The second strategy for, for to beating the spider is, let's actually try that four-man team. Spiders will attack the weak affinity first. In this case, it's Drixar or the lead, if affinities are a match there. So I'm using Armigers to do some damage and control the turn meter for the main spider, while in this turn, so you see my Drixar provoked the spiderlings. They are attacking him and he puts HP burn on them. Drixar is a free champ you can get out of the 3v3 shop. It's one of the first things I recommend. Collect those fragments. My Drixar is in, I think he's in life steal, so he will heal himself when he does his big hit. So he's tanky enough that he's surviving those hits. So this is the second mechanism. Tank the damage while putting something like HP burn from this champ or another one from the spiderlings, and let the HP burn kill the main spider while you're controlling the turn meter with someone like Armigers here. In this second mechanism, if you notice here, because the level is not that high, I'm actually killing the spiderlings with my deacon A2, which is not what we need. You want these spiderlings to stay alive so that they can keep taking turns, getting HP burn, and then they can kill the main spider just from the HP burn damage, which propagates to the main spider. So we're not focusing on nuking the main spider, we're letting the HP burn kill it, and you see here it's doing a pretty good champ. Of course, Armigers are serving both purposes, controlling turn meter and doing some damage because of their enemy max HP A2. My Drixar is tanky enough, and that's the second point in this mechanism. Your tank, the one who is deliberately bad affinity so he can attract the spiderlings to attack him, he needs to have an AoE hit or something like that, to be on life steal and to be tanky. So he won't die because of these hits. So that's a four-man team farming stage 16. So this is the second mechanism where you're choosing a bad affinity tank to focus the spiderlings attack. Of course, you can have a different HP burn champ. Drixar is so good for this because he's the tank and he is applying the HP burns. So this is the second mechanism there. Let's go to the third mechanism. Okay, let's buy some energy here. So, controlling the turn meter of the main spiderlings is almost mandatory. But what else we can do? A forgotten MVP of this dungeon is Miscreated Monster. Because Miscreated Monster, he has a light attack, he puts stuns on all the spiderlings, and he puts a shield on the team. So here I'm using, this is sort of a similar but different strategy. So let me put it on manual here. So I'm burning the small spiderlings. Okay, I don't want to put decreased defense on them. I don't want to kill them. I'm putting burns on them. Okay. And then my tank sees that level of shield. Miscreated Monster is perfect for the spider dungeon. Early on, he was built for that thing. So what this mechanism depends on? You put HP burn on all the spiderlings using an HP burn champ. Then you don't want to do too much damage to the spiderlings. You want them all alive, taking turns to hurt the main spider because of the HP burns. Miscreated Monster is stunning them. Stun or freeze will work perfectly here because though they are getting the turn meter filled and getting turns, so they will start taking those HP burns, they are not attacking you. So you see here all of the HP burn damage from when the spiderlings turn meter is filled there. The only thing you need other than the HP burn and either the stuns or the the freeze on the spiderlings, you want something like an Armiger to keep controlling the turn meter, or of course, if you have a cold heart or someone bitter, to keep controlling the turn meter of the main spider, so she won't heal from when she gets a turn and eats the small spiderlings. You see here, this is working perfectly. Control turn meter, put HP burn, and you see my armigers are not getting hurt from the attacks and poisons because of that huge shield that miscreated monster puts. When he does his AoE hit, he puts a shield on the team and stuns all spiderlings. Probably he's getting back to this now. So you see, my weak armiger was almost dead, and now he got that huge shield on him. And then next turn, miscreated monster will put a life protect on everyone. So it works perfectly here. Miscreated monster is perfect for this. Nobody talks about him that much because there are faster teams right now. Someone else that we can use instead of miscreated monster here, though they won't provide the shield and protection of the team as miscreated monster does, is a the Wandaren, for example. So that's actually a good one. So let's go check how a shack works here. If I can find him. Okay, here is my shack. So a shack would work exactly the same way. So you'll see, let's not decrease the turn meter yet because I want them to take turns. HP burn, freeze on everyone. So freeze here is acting exactly the same as stuns, in the sense of it's keeping the turn meter filling but preventing them from attacking you. The only difference is that if you have someone like a Chak using this strategy, you're depending on them not attacking you at all. A Shaq getting back to his HP burns as fast as possible, so to freeze is sorry, because you won't be able to take a hit. You don't have the protection of someone like Miscreated Monster, unless, of course, and he does get back to it fast enough, unless you replace, like, let's say, Deacon with Apothecary, someone who provides heals, or a cleanser to help your weaker champs survive till that turn is over. So this is source of the second and third mechanism. Either put HP burns and so the second mechanism, put HP burns, tank the damage using someone like Drixar or Razen. Do a stage that those champs are weak affinity against. They will keep healing when they take turns because of life steal, and they will keep the focus on all the spiderlings on the weak affinity champ. So that's tanking. Third one is HP burns and freezes or stuns to do that damage while controlling the turn meter of the main spider. Now we'll get to a bit of like in-game, in-dirt game. Well, yeah, if it's a word, a strategy for Spider 20, for example. So for Spider 20, and I'll do this on manual because I don't have the team set up. Let's move to Spider 20, and I'll talk about stages and what you're doing there. So let's do this. And then let me use my Cold Hearts and my Royal Guard. Where's my Royal Guard? Okay, so again, same as we said in the Dragon video, if you've seen the Dragon video first, till level 20 of all dungeons, including the spiders that we're talking about now, enemy max HP is the best way of doing damage to the spiderlings. Why Cold Hearts are perfect? Because they do enemy max HP damage and they decrease the turn meter. So you see here, like with 3 hits probably I can take down the spider or most of it, and then I'll just put it on auto, doesn't matter because the next hit will kill him anyway. So this is sort of the team here. You need a speed booster someone to apply decrease defense and weaken on the main spider, and then max enemy HP champs. If your champs are not strong enough to take the spider in one hit, to take down the spider in single hit, you need to have some mechanism of surviving till they come back to their ability like Royal Guard did and finish the spider. So that's probably, if you put that on auto with all the right stuff, it will be 30-40 seconds run. And that's what you need for Spider 20. Let's now go to the strategy for Spider 25. So this is my team for Spider 25. I'm not saying it's the best. I'm lucky with Acrisia. It can work without Acrisia with a Cold Heart instead, or just tanking this, because what I'm depending on, putting HP burns, putting freezes, and then Sisia will just activate the HP burns, Kaimar will reset and will do it again. Actually, it's not optimized, it's not fastest, but it works in decent time for me. So I don't need to change it. If it's broken, I don't need to fix it. It can work perfectly without Acrisia, just with a Cold Heart instead, or even an Armiger. What you're mainly depending on here, HP burn, freezes. Someone to activate the HP burns can work with Dark Kale that you'll get from Doom Tower normal. So that's sort of the stage 25 strategy. Again, if we talk stages, you start farming probably at stage 6, let's say, because 7 would be strong affinity against your magic champs, or 8. If you can do 8, it's going to be perfect. You start getting banners and you start getting 5-star from all accessories. You get all accessories for factions, just collect them till you get the good one. Stage 13 is void, so that's perfect. No weak or strong affinities, unless you're planning on the tanking strategy. So if your tank is force, you farm 12. If your tank is spirit, you farm 14. If it's on Brago, for example. Then you move to 17, which is again void, which is very good for like enemy max HP strategies. No weak hits on turn meter or max enemy HP. You just farm that stage. Level 20 is spirit, good for your magic champs, good for your armigers, neutral affinity for armigers. If you're using void, cold hearts, it doesn't matter. Good for your royal guards, for example. Level 25 is magic, so again, figure out the affinity as we said. You need to be farming spider in less than 2 minutes, any dungeon, I would say, so that you can have like that farming, you can farm it a lot of time. It's harder to get accessories because accessories are by faction. Gear you can put on anyone. But if you check accessories, accessories are by faction, and you can only put dark elves accessories on dark elves. So you need to farm for longer times till you get the proper banner, an accuracy banner for Lydia, banners with its speed, substats, or whatever to fit your champs, whatever the purpose of the build is. The good news is you don't like you never regret farming spider because the accessories give you the most silver. So if you're lacking silver, just farm spider. You'll get a couple of good pieces, a couple of good pieces, good amount of silver, and that's it. So let me show you the builds. And again, this is a bit higher than what you would need till level 20, I'd say. So this is my miscreated monster. Miscreated monster, he's HP based champ, so you want him in HP percent everything if you can. Oh, that's an attack one because I stopped using him. So those builds should be okay. If you build them properly, which HP percent chest plate, you can get to 60k HP. 2k defense is fine. You want him as fast as you can get him to so that he keeps getting back to his stun and shield. You want him around 200 accuracy up to level 20, more or less. And yeah, that's it basically. Fast, lots of HP and accuracy. That's your miscreated monster. For your turn meter control, like let's see your deacon, for example, or apothecary or whatever, you just want them as fast as possible. Yeah, like my deacon is tuned for Dark Fae for Doom Tower Hard. My app was probably around 240. I showed him a proper video, another video. So that's that. Armigers. So Armiger is one of the best champs to put in Relentless. This is not a good build because of just throw. You see here he doesn't have crit rate. So don't look at this build. Armigers need 100% crit. They need to crit to decrease turn meter on the A1, but I've just thrown gear on him because I stopped using my Armigers. As tanky as possible, they are defense based, so that this will give them survivability and they will do more damage. You need 100% crit rate for them to decrease the turn meter, and they will do more damage with their enemy max HP. You need the accuracy, so close to 200, to do damage to up to level 20 dungeons. If you have a good Relentless set for Armigers, that's just perfect. Let's check the second one. So this one has 100% crit rate. You need also, if you can add, so when you're using Armigers, what you're focusing on, 100% crit and the accuracy and speed, okay? If you can add crit damage, that will help with his enemy max HP skill. But if you can't, then the priority for you, as fast as you can, 100% crit, 200 accuracy. Those are your main, and of course some defense, because he's an uncommon, so his stats are a bit low. So that's how you build your Armiger. And then if we talk about, do I even have them out here? Ashak, how you want him, fast with accuracy. That's it, to apply those freezes. Same for, where's my, yeah, Mordecai. Again, he's the buffer, fast with accuracy. That's all you need for him. This is an overkill. The speed you need, I would say, for up to level 20 dungeons, 200 and 200 speed, 200 accuracy. Let's put it at that to make it simple. 200 speed and 200 accuracy. If you want to check the stats on my like level 25 team, so again, speed and accuracy. And if we're talking tuning here, like Mordecai needs to be faster than Cecia, so she can activate the burns he put. Attack can go after them. Of course, Keimer needs to be either slower or to set the AI so he can do the reset after they take their turns. And Acrisia simply, you put her in Relentless, 70% crit is fine, as fast as you can, as I don't think, does she need accuracy actually? Okay, yeah, so it's not, she actually doesn't need accuracy, but I just have accuracy on her. So just 100% crit or 70% crit, as much crit damage as you can, as fast as you can. That's Acrisia if you have her. Same for any enemy max HP champs. Let's check my cold hearts, because these are realistically what you'll use, which is better than Armigers. So like this is my cold heart. Cold heart is great in reflex. She needs only 70% crit rate. Her A3 give her 30%. As much crit damage as you can. As accuracy, again, in the range of 200 plus, so she can decrease the turn meter. Okay, don't want to make this any longer. Here's the champs and builds. Please, if you have any questions about champ builds, different mechanics or strategies, put it in the comments below, and I'll follow up on them in a subsequent video. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.